Hey everyone, so this is my persona project. My name's Lainey, and sorry if you guys hear any squeaking in the background, it's just my guinea pigs. Anyway, this is my persona I created. Her name is Claire. Claire loves to dance, sing, play with dolls, go for walks, and play with her puppy. Claire also has Tourette's syndrome. She has an older brother named Teddy who's 8 years old, and her parents are Michelle and Ricky, and they're also expecting to have a child in a couple months. Physically, Claire is shorter than her other classmates, because at 5 years old, Claire is 36 inches tall and weighs 30 pounds, which is quite small for a 5-year-old female. And she also has two best friends named Mallory and Chase. So here's more about Claire's Tourette's. Claire's Tourette's is currently very mild, however, it could possibly become moderate to severe as she gets older. Claire started displaying symptoms when she was only 2 years old, and none of Claire's family has had a history of Tourette's, which suggests that Claire developed the syndrome while inside her mother's womb. After evaluating Claire, her teacher and parents have worked together to create an IEP for her, which is an individualized education program. So sometimes Claire's Tourette's gives her a hard time with eating because she often can't get the food to her mouth without a tick happening. Although this doesn't happen all the time, she is able to eat a meal with minimal ticks normally. But when it does happen, it does happen sometimes, sorry. But to help with this, Claire's parents have tried giving her pills as supplements to ensure she's getting the proper vitamins and nutrients she needs, like when it's necessary, like when she's having really bad days where her ticks are bad. And they don't allow Claire to eat a lot of sugar because it has shown to make her ticks worse, because people with Tourette's oftentimes different foods can affect their ticks. And Claire's doctor has given Claire's parents the objective of performing an elimination diet to see which foods can help lessen Claire's ticks and which ones make them worse. It just depends on each individual person. So here we have Claire's transition plan. Claire receives speech and cognitive services in order to help her ticks and her ADHD, learning disability, etc., because Claire also has these disabilities or differences. And in order to provide Claire with the best education, her parents and teacher have decided to put her in an integrated classroom with children with and without disabilities. They believe Claire will thrive here as she does not have any issues socially, just cognitively, but those symptoms are easily managed by the teacher. So the teacher doesn't have too many struggles managing all those things that Claire has. So here's part 1 of my IEP plan for Claire. Cognitively, Claire is able to learn the material taught in class. However, it appears she has a hard time retaining the material. She understands it, but when asked to recall information, she has a hard time. Claire is very smart for her age and makes good grades. She just struggles sometimes to remember. Claire also has a hard time focusing on her work because of her ADHD. The more tics Claire has, the harder it is for her to focus on her work, which is another issue. In the future, we'll just keep planning to work with Claire and help her learn skills to develop on these issues. And then here's part 2. So Claire does not experience any sensory impairments or physical disabilities. However, she does experience a behavior disorder and a learning disability. Along with her Tourette's, Claire also experiences ADHD, and although Claire does not take medicine for her ADHD, although she does take medicine, she still has a hard time focusing because her tics obviously can disrupt her thoughts. So Claire's teacher helps Claire by giving her some one-on-one time to help her walk through the steps of different material they're learning. The teacher tries to make the work fun in order to keep Claire's attention. Claire has a visual, perceptual, motor deficit learning disability, which gives Claire a hard time with hand-eye coordination, especially when her tics kick in. Claire's teacher helps Claire by having her practice writing on a straight line, zipping her jacket, and lining toys in a line. Claire's teacher makes sure there are audiobooks available so that Claire can learn to follow along with the words she's hearing. Sometimes her teachers will also read assignments and books out loud for her. So here is a picture of Claire's classroom that I designed for her. As you can see, we have some manipulative toys and blocks for her to play with. I just didn't have space to put them in here, so I just put them on the side and then did that. And then we have a little reading nook where audiobooks and regular books are. And then we have a little puppet theater where they can do dramatic play. And then we have finger painting table for creative play, and sandbox and water table for that type of fun. And then we have the teacher's desk with the radio and a big playtime rug or guided discussion map. And Claire loves to dance and sing, so this is a really great area for her to get out any energy or keep her mind preoccupied so her tics are less bad. And she also has this little puppet theater to do that too because she loves to play with dolls. And then we have the kinetic sand and Play-Doh for natural science and physical playing objectives. And then we have their desk over here. And this is just a little bit more in depth of what I just said. So adaptations have been made to Claire's classroom in order to help her thrive in her environment. Claire loves to sing and dance, so there's a radio located by the teacher's desk that can be used when Claire is feeling overwhelmed and needs something to occupy her mind. Claire can use the playtime rug to dance or sing along to the music playing. Or there is a puppet show theater located on the left of the playtime rug that can also allow Claire to enjoy her free time, as she is very creative and loves to play with her dolls. Audiobooks can be found in the library area of the classroom and can be connected to the radio for Claire to use, or even for group activities amongst all of Claire's classmates, so that provides an inclusive environment for everyone involved. And I think that is all I have for you guys today. So I will be posting my PowerPoint presentation along with this video so that you guys can look back when we have to make our responses. And you guys can, if I was going too fast or if my camera was a little off, then you guys can read my PowerPoint easier. But that is all I have for you guys, and hopefully Claire does really well in her classroom.